Alright, so just a quick heads up, guys. There's going to be spoilers ahead. Kind of. I'll try to keep them as minor as possible, but, you know, it's going to be hard to with some of this. So if you were aware of, if you don't want to be aware of spoilers, or, you know, you want to play the game yourself, go and check it out and then come back. That anyway out of the way. Today we're going to be taking a look at some new grenades that were added into the game. So there's the grenades called Vortex grenades, and there's 5 types, which I will show you. In order to get these grenades, so there's 5 types of Vortex grenades, so you need to craft them at the crafting bench, which we'll show you in a second, and I'll show you kind of how to, you know, what you need. But in order to get this, you need to basically have completed the initial quest in Shattered Space. So you do the initial quest with the space station. Once you deploy down to the planet of Varunkai, you'll do like a little intro quest, then you'll meet a scientist. The scientist will basically give you the ability to create these. So we've got binding, we've got charged, we've got lure, phasing, and unstable. So you see there the damage. The binding does 1 physical. Charge does 56 physical, 85 energy. Lure, 2 physical. Phasing, 1, and then unstable. So if we, in order to craft them, you go to a industrial workbench. Now you're going to need specific parts that I will kind of go over, and so yeah, there's going to be slight spoilers, but I think we've already passed that. So here you see we can make the 5 grenades. So each of the grenades require Vortex shards. Now Vortex shards are dropped by the phantasms, the basically the Varun enemies that are like kind of ethereal, the ones that attack you. They will drop Vortex shards. As will a couple of other enemies we'll explain in a minute. So the Vortex shards, they all require Vortex shards. Now, some of them require Vortex cysts, as you see there. This one requires a dark Vortex cyst. This one is, I think, glowing Vortex cyst. This requires a dark Vortex cyst and a Vortex cyst, glowing Vortex cyst, and a Vortex cyst, and then Vortex cyst. I'm just going to double check in my crafting to make sure that is cyst. Source. Here. Oh, is it on the ship? Oh no, is it? Oh yeah, so it's Vortex cysts and Vortex shards, and then glowing Vortex cysts, dark Vortex cysts. So in order to get the cysts, there's like a second type of enemy that's basically called a horror, and horrors tend to spawn randomly when you're like getting attacked. I haven't seen any on the initial space station, but once you get down to Varunkai, they tend to spawn more frequently. As you're progressing through the main quest, there will be a couple of locations where you can find them. There's also some locations out in the physical world around Varunkai where they are. Basically what they look like is, so there's like, they're different like ethereal creatures. There's some that look like some will look like kind of ethereal heat leeches. Some will look like ethereal like crabs, you know, the big crabs with the 2 arms on top. They're like 4 feet tall. And then some look like kind of almost like the face huggers, and they basically drop the cysts. Again, it's random. The shards, all the entities will always drop shards, which is kind of why I have a lot of them. The cysts, it's not always guaranteed. So if we check out the what they do, so the binding grenade, a binding grenade that explodes and freezes enemies in place. The Vortex grenade charge that explodes and does damage like a conventional grenade. The lure summons a Vortex horror. The phasing phases out targets in the explosion. And then unstable is an unpredictable effect. So what the unstable does is it could be one of the others. So we'll go and we'll check it out. What we're going to do is we're going to really quickly jump to a location and basically kill some enemies. So we'll be right back. Alright, so here we are on the planet. I am going to equip, we'll do the binding ones first. Now, I'm just showcasing the grenades themselves. We're not really going to worry too much about damage. There is one that does damage, but yeah, actually, just to be safe. Normal character. We throw this. And that has frozen the enemy. Solid, so it basically freezes them for a moment. Oh no, they're staying frozen for quite a while. Oh, now they're coming back to life. So it freezes enemies flat. I'm gonna see. Yeah, so it freezes them, basically adds a slow effect. I don't think they can shoot while they're in that effect. Yeah, they can't. They can, like, technically move around. As you see, it does very minimal damage. Kind of cool, like, out of all of them, I'd say this is pretty mid. But it's cool that you can craft them. So next we're going to try the charge grenade. So this is one that just does straight damage. We'll throw it here. Oh, that actually looked fucking cool. Oh, that's very cool. Okay. So as you can see there, it like does a kind of a circular dome, and then the dome like falls in on itself. And it seems like anything caught in the dome takes damage. There's an initial damage of it hitting, and then there's the damage of like the parts kind of falling in on itself. Now these are obviously low-level enemies, but I'm just kind of showing you. You throw it there, you see they take initial damage. That's really, really cool. So the next one we're going to test is the lure. This summons a horror, which we'll put down. Interesting. Why is that not working? Does this only work in... Okay, so I'm gonna go test this in a second just to see. So I'm not really sure why that did damage to them. Are we gonna really quickly jump to Vortex and check it out? We'll be back. Alright, so we are here on Vortex. I'm gonna throw this down now. Yes, we have the Vortex lure. I'm gonna throw it down. Okay, so it spawns one. This is what one of the horrors look like. This is the small one. Does it actually drop stuff if I kill it? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, so it's kind of weird that it doesn't work off the planet. Like, I guess, like, from a storyline point of view, maybe. But, like... The thing is, there's minor spoilers, obviously, but if you're watching this far, it seems to be clear that we might be able to cleanse Varun of its like issues. So if that's the case, these wouldn't technically work either. I don't know if that's like an oversight by Bethesda. So it seems like when you throw this, if it doesn't work, it does that effect. Oh, okay, that's the effect of... There's the Dreadhar. We're gonna get rid of him. Yeah. We're gonna throw another one. So it always seems to be a horrorling and not a horror. The horror's a lot bigger. It's just to check. I'm gonna throw one of the other ones, the charged grenade. See if it just does the normal. Yeah, so the charge grenade basically took it. Now the next one we're going to check is the phasing grenade. So this is the grenade that sticks to someone and phases them out. So we're going to hit them with it. Okay, what did that do? Alright, I have no idea what that did. Maybe... Did he just block that? Alright, so... To be honest, I'm not really sure what it does. All I know is it bounces. Alright, so we're gonna go find an NP. So we're gonna go find an NPC that's human just to test this. Because I have a very sneaking suspicion that it's not supposed to do that. We'll be right back. Alright, so we have a couple of zealots here. I'm going to try it on these zealots. Again, I'm not really sure what it's... Is it... He can still shoot me. Let me just take off God mode for a minute, just in case. I don't... Yeah, I don't... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that's doing. Alright, there's one more thing I'm gonna check just to see what it does. We'll be right back. Alright, so I'm here fighting these phantoms, and we're gonna see what it does to them. I'm gonna be honest with you. Really shoot. Oh, wait a minute, did I hit him that time? I don't know what it's like specifically doing. Oh. Did he just... No, he just teleported, didn't he? Just so I hit him with it, and yeah, nothing seems to happen. I don't know if I'm like using this the wrong way. Thing is, like, there's an effect. Yeah, I don't know if it's like just bugged or maybe like I'm using it the wrong way. And then we'll check the final one. So the final one basically is an unstable, and what it does is it acts as one of the initial ones. So for instance, we could throw it, and it could be the explosion. We throw it, it's also the explosion again. What was that? That one's the explosion. There's also the explosion. I'm just thinking to see if something different happens. Yeah, see, that was the disrupt, or the another one. Teleport. So it just seems to be like from the, if you check the like when you check the console commands, it basically just says that it can be one of the random. Let's try one more thing, actually. No, okay. See, I'm not really sure what this one, like, what it's supposed to do. It's so strange. Yeah, so I just double checked again. It just says it phases out targets in the explosion. Now, unless, the only thing I will say is, like, I haven't completed the full story, unless it's like specifically used against enemies in like the story, which might be possible. But yeah, all in all, they're not bad. I mean, the binding grenade's pretty cool, but we kind of have frost grenades as is. The charge grenade looks awesome, really awesome. The lore, while cool, the fact that it doesn't work outside of, you know, Varunkai is a bit strange, considering it's a weapon. Like, if it was tied to a quest and you could, you know, you can only use it in a specific quest, fair enough, but like the fact that you can craft them anywhere and use them anywhere, it's just a bit weird. It's a bit of an oversight, Bethesda. And then the phasing, I'm not sure if it's, yeah, like I said, unstable, kind of cool having the random effects. See, the fact that it is, like, the fact that the unstable is any of the other four makes me think that maybe the phasing one is just broken. Because if the phasing could only be used in, like, say, like, very specific situations, like, say, like, if it was only used against one specific enemy, kind of pointless, you know, unstable. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because there will be more Starfield Shattered Space stuff coming out as I kind of discover them. Let me know if you guys have got if they're working on your end, the phasing one. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.